Hi guys, welcome back. Hope you had a nice weekend. Here is your work for Monday the 30th of March 2020. Okay, we're going to be continuing with expanding algebraic brackets. Woohoo. Okay, well the idea is after last lesson we've got an idea what it means to multiply our brackets or expand. The idea being that everything on the outside of the brackets gets multiplied by everything on the inside of the brackets. Why do we do that? Well, the idea with these is because if you have two terms inside the brackets that aren't like, then you can't simplify what's in the brackets. For example, on this first one, b add 7, if I asked you what b add 7 was, you can't really answer it because we don't know what b is. So b add 7 is b add 7. So to multiply a by b add 7, we can't do the b add 7 first. So I guess we've got to multiply by a first. So the idea with this one here is, if we've got a lots of b add 7, notice how I say it, a lots of means the same as a times. We're going to multiply the a by the b, and we're going to multiply the a by the 7. So a times b, well, that's just a b, isn't it? Okay, or ba, but we'll stick with the alphabet. So we'll get a b, and then a times 7 is not a7, that's an Audi, 7a. And then, of course, we just keep the sign the same in the middle, and job's a good one. So, AB as 7a has the same value of as a times b as 7. Okay, the second question, we've got b, don't know what it is, multiplied by a minus 5. So just the same here, we're going to times in sequence here. So we'll go b times a first. Well, we just said it before, b times a is the same as a times b. So the idea here is b times a is ab again. It's nice if you can get that. And then b times 5 is not b5, that's a BMW or whatever, 5b. And so we must put the coefficient of the number first. This time it's a minus, so we'll put the takeaway in there. Done. Okay, this one we've got a times a add 3. Again, we'll write it out there, put my brackets on and put my arrows on. So in this case, a times a, well, it's tempting to say AA, but that would be a battery, okay? A times a, or anything times itself, means you're squaring it. And so a times a is a squared. Let's make sure we don't write AA instead. A times 3, A3, that's an Audi again. 3 times a will be the right way round. We've got a plus, we'll put the plus in the middle. There we go. So these are equivalent every time we look down, okay? All right, the next one, we've got a times a squared add 7. Oh, whoopie-doo. All right, let's have a look. Sorry about my handwriting. My finger's still a little bit sore from cutting it the other day doing the gardening. Anyway, a times a squared. Well, we've done a lot of this before. I'll keep nagging you with this, okay? Because when we did our powers, what comes after squared? You should all be saying cubed now. A times a squared is a cubed. So literally that's what happens next. A cubed. A times 7, A7. Again, an Audi. We like our Audis in maths, but no, we'll have a 7a instead. You mustn't write A7. It's not correct. And there we go. There's our equivalent expression. A cubed adds 7a. Okay, this one, no harder really. 4a times 5a add 3. With this one here, all we need to make sure we're doing, this is a lady over here, is make sure that when we're multiplying, this is what we're doing when we're doing simplifying, multiply the number by the number and then the letter by the letter, and that's all it is. So 4 times 5 is 20, thank you. A times a is a squared, and so that basically means 4a times 5a is 20a squared. Then we'll do the 4a times 3, so 4 times 3 is 12. And of course there isn't an a over here, so let's just keep the a in there. And there you go, there's your answer. Right, this one is very similar. 3a, lots of 8b add 5c. Put little arrows in here. So again, what we say, 3 8s, 24. A times b, ab. And then 3a times 5c, so we'll do the 3 times 5 first. 15. A times c, AC, not CA. Although it is correct technically, we had a plus in the middle. Stick with a plus. Done. Okay, this one here is just 2 linked together, and so all we're trying to get you used to with this sort of question here is, if I just put my little arrows in for a start here, so I don't run out of space, is to do the first expansion, okay, and then do the second expansion, and then literally combine it all together. So 2a times 5a will give me 2 5s are 10. a times a is a squared. 2a times 1 is just 2a, anything times 1 stays the same. And then that's the first part of it done, expanded. Now we'll move on to the second. So almost I'll put a big plus in there, which is that representing that little plus there. 3a times 2a, so 3 2s are 6. Again, we've got a times a is a squared. And 3a times 4 is, or 3 4s are 12, so 3a times 4 is 12a. And so we end up with this, which is all correct, but for your last mark, of course, you just need to gather like terms. So how many a squareds have we got? 10a squared, 6a squared. So that gives me 16a squared. And then 2a add 12a, we've got 14a altogether, and that would be the expanded equivalent expression. Now the next one, very similar, all right, if I just put my little arrows in here, but this would catch more people out simply because it's got a negative sign in the middle. We'll talk through it. The idea is 5a times 4a at the start, just the same as previously, so 5 4s are 20, 5a times 4a is 20a squared. 5a times 2 is 10a. Now here's the problem. I guess rather than what we did before where we had a plus, because pluses, they stay, they're nice, not an issue. The minus sign here, I'm going to couple that with the 8a. So rather than just timesing 8a by 2a, I'm going to multiply minus 8a by 2a. So minus 8a times 2. So what's minus 8 times 2? Minus 16. And then a times a will be a squared again. So that will give me a minus 16a squared. Most people get that right. It's this next one. When you multiply down the bottom here, the minus 8a has to multiply by the 3, which will also use this negative sign, and it will stick. So minus 8 times 3 is minus 24. So we've got minus 24a. And a lot of people put plus there because they thought, oh, there's a plus in the brackets, so I'll stick with it. Forgetting that that minus on the outside has been multiplied in by everything. The last bit, just gathering like terms, is straightforward. So 20a squared, take away 16a squared, leaves you with 4a squared. And then 10a, take away 24a is, well, 24 take away 10 is 14. So 10 take away 24 is minus 14a. Done. Okay, and that would be your expanded expression. Okay, that's your work for Monday, and there will be some more in about 24 hours. Okay, all right, take care of yourselves. See you soon. Bye.